Welcome, everyone.
Ah, shit, Joe. Sorry.
Okay, right in the middle. That was a good intro too, and what happened?
Sorry. Didn't
What
do the
happened?
share screen.
Well, you can share.
Oh, yeah, you gave me.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you interrupt that, but
Yeah, I thought I did, but I honestly didn't. I'm
fair
sorry.
enough, fair enough.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, damn it! All right. now I'm off my game. Welcome, everyone, to Need I Say More, episode 24. My name is Giuseppe. I'm joined by Terrence, my co-host.
Yes, sir.
We're co-hosts, right, Terrence? That's how it works?
Absolutely.
I don't know what else to call us. I mean, we're obviously friends, but here on the show,
We're co-hosts.
Middle of a heat
equal
wave.
responsibility.
We're in the middle of a heat wave, Terrence. You know how much I despise the heat, so I'm not happy.
Yeah.
But other than that, life is fine. How about you?
Life is good, man. There's a lot of good blessings coming my way, so I'm feeling good, and I hope everyone else is feeling blessed as well. You know, yeah,
Positivity, man. I like it.
Absolutely, man. I never ask for anything just for me. You know, I want my family and friends to prosper as well, because
I only ask for things for myself.
You can't do that.
No, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not an especially religious person, so I'm not like praying much. But
yeah,
I'm with you though. Generally,
so,
I do
right?
usually hope for my like my friends just moved in, not moved in, but moved to New York last week. I was really excited for them because this is what they want.
Yeah.
They do musical theater. New York City, Broadway is the destination for them. So I'm really happy they finally got into the city. So I was really pumped about that.
Yeah, and then you know what else it is too. I always feel good when like people around me are doing well. You know,
yeah, for sure.
And then actually I got a topic for that, but let's go with our as normal as we
Black
always
excellent
go into
shout
it.
out of the week.
Yeah, we can
doesn't matter if the heat wave, Terrence, we still do it. Doesn't matter if they were filming this very late, much later than we normally do. The Black excellent shout out goes on.
It never stops.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Yes.
By the way, Pandemic Day 474.
I didn't mean
why you went up with
that.
I
didn't know. I didn't mean to up it while you were talking about Pandemic.
Pandemic Day 474. Terrence trying to stop me, but I'll get it back in there.
Yeah. No, so today's Black Excellence shout out goes out to the one and only Keenan Ivory Waynes.
Okay.
And I felt like we brought him up on the show.
Sure we have.
Maybe last week or a couple weeks ago, right?
Which one is Keenan? He's the older one, right?
Keenan is the oldest, and he is the creator of basically the Wayne's universe. Everything that we've kind of seen from the Wayne's
universe,
the Wayne's
cinematic universe.
So they
up
have
there with
a
Marvel and
universe,
DC,
right? Where you think about it, they have a universe, right?
He's not the one who was in Which is the one that was in? We recently talked about
his brother who was oh fuck.
There's a lot of Waynes, man. It's hard to keep track of them all,
there's a lot of Wayne. Damon
Wayans is the one in
Wayans.
Lethal Weapon.
Yes, he's not. He's older than Damon.
Is it? He's the oldest.
He's the oldest.
Because so Damon Wayans.
That's why I say he's the founder.
So Keenan Ivory Wayans is the oldest of the Wayans clan.
Yes.
Damon Wayans, is a few years younger. He was the one in Lethal Weapon. Yeah, there we go.
Right, exactly. And
Last Boy
Scout. So Keenan came up because I was literally just thinking about
Damon Wayans Jr. by the way is awesome too.
Damon Wayans Jr. is really good.
It literally looks like identical to him.
He's in he does really good in the New Girl as well as
New Girl. He was awesome and I wish he was in more of it.
He's in another show too.
He was in a show
I just started catching up with.
He was in Happy Endings.
There it is. It is.
That was supposed to be really, it's on HBO Max. I've been meaning to watch it because it's only like 3 seasons, but I heard it actually is really good.
No, same. That's where I saw it. I saw it on HBO Max, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna check this out."
That's the thing, because Damon Wayans Jr. was in the pilot for New Girl, but then instead of doing the show, he chose this show Happy Endings, and I was like, "What?" And I was like,
stuck with New Girl,
and it was a good show. But then when that show ended, he came back to New Girl for like 2 seasons and then left again. I don't know why he took that, but I was like, the show must be pretty good. Why else would he leave like New Girl? New Girl was more successful, but.
No, it was pretty good. But anyway, Keenan Ivory Wayans. So
back to the other Wayans.
You're right to the originator. So Keenan, and the reason why I brought up Keenan is because I was checking out In Living Color, and
I used to like that show actually a lot.
I was like, damn, this show is still funny. Like, it's still really good.
Is it?
It's still funny. They were pushing the boundaries on things, you know. They have the skit where
God, Jim Carrey. That's when Jim Carrey got to start.
Jim Carrey got to start.
Tommy Davidson, yeah.
David Allen Greer.
Where the fuck is Tommy Davidson these days? I haven't seen that dude.
J-Lo got her start. She was a dancer on there.
Was she?
Yeah, J-Lo was a fly girl.
It's like how Ava Mendes was one of the dancers in the Will Smith Miami music video.
Yeah, so you look at it, right, and I'm like, damn, like this guy has contributed a lot to what you call Black Hollywood or Black cinema, you know, as far as like I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, and Hollywood Shuffle, Lured Out, Dirty Shame. Those movies, like, you know, although I was really, really young, I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, and
I've heard that's pretty good. I've never actually got
really good. Low Down, Dirty Shame. If I'm not mistaken, that's the movie that I watched, and I was like, I have a crazy crush on Jada Pinkett Smith.
Nice, she's a cute.
And back then, it was before she was Smith.
It's kind of like Scary Spice. At the time, I didn't really think much of her, but looking back, man, she could get it, bro.
Scary Spice.
Yeah, you just look back in like the '90s when she was like, you know, in Spice Girls.
I didn't check it out actually.
Look at some of those music videos. Scary Spice could fucking get it, bro. I mean, she's still hot now. She's like in her 40s, but I'm telling you.
And then look at
he also wrote and produced Eddie Murphy Raw.
He did, but also just look at the start of 2000. Look at the hit run that he went on. Scary Movie 2, White Chicks, and then Little Man.
I don't know if Little Man is
Little Man. Yeah, Little Man kind of falls off.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't very good.
That three, Scary Movie 1, 2, and then White Chicks,
made $100 million.
Those are 3 home runs right there. People still refer to White Chicks sometimes. Like
people, you know, it's a movie I've only seen bits and pieces, but it's become like this really.
It's a cult classic.
Yeah, it kind of has become that. I've met a bunch of people who, like, in recent years, I'm like, oh, that movie's funny as hell. I'm like, is it?
White Chicks is a cult classic. And to be a director of those 3 movies, like the success of those 3 back to back, and then there was an interview recently.
Scary Movie was the highest grossing film by a Black director for a few years there.
Take that, Tyler Perry.
God, it probably is him now, isn't it? It's
right?
depressing.
See, look, it's
oh, you know what? No, you know who that's gonna have that title probably forever is Ryan Coogler, because Black Panther made $202 million opening weekend. So I think that'll probably be.
See, and I would rather have Keenen Ivory Reigns be the first one, and then Ryan Coogler be the highest.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else. I mean, maybe, who knows what's gonna happen, but that'll hold for a while.
Just don't let it be Tyler Perry. Like,
I don't think we will. I think we're done with that bull. People realize he sucks.
Just don't let it be Tyler Perry. That's all it is.
Keenen Ivory Wayne's vegetarian. So there you go.
Also, I brought this up because another thing too. In an interview that just recently came out, Sean or Marlon? Marlon was talking about. Marlon was talking about how the Scary Movie franchise was stolen from them in a sense.
Which one was?
A Scary Movie, the franchise.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Yeah. He talks about how it was because they asked him, like, hey, why didn't you guys do more scary movies like, you know, like the original 2? Like, and he was like,
yeah, it was very different because it was the Wayans who were behind the first 2, and then they were not part of the remaining.
And then
ones.
They were like, it was stolen from us. Like, we had, you know, a lot of the creative process behind the first 2 and everything like that, and then the studio just kind of saw the success of it and just kind of ran off, and it was just like it went downhill from that. And he makes a valid point, because that whole was like that became a thing.
Was it? It was from a commercial, wasn't it?
No, it started.
No, I think that was a thing was
from the movie.
I think that was I think they were spoofing everything.
They were spoofing the movie or the
commercial? I think that was like a Budweiser commercial.
I don't know.
I'll Google it right now, but I'm pretty sure that was a Budweiser commercial.
I thought it started from the movie, in the commercial.
I think they spoofed it. No, yeah, Budweiser What's Up commercial. There it is.
It started from the Budweiser.
Who said what's up?
But it blew
Budweiser.
Up. It blew up because of Scary Movie.
so funny that became such a big thing. Like that was a big.
It was a
thing,
thing,
was
right?
The what's up thing,
And then
they definitely helped,
about
obviously,
that, right?
with putting it in Scary Movie. Scary Movie was a big hit.
I'm gonna end this on Keenan because it's probably like the longest we've ever like talked about somebody. But
I think you'd be surprised, Terrence. We had some long shout outs.
But what I'm more so proud about is the impact that this guy has had and then continue to have. You know, Wayne's Brothers I still watch to this day, like just repeats and stuff like that.
That was,
you know,
what was the show where it was the Marlon and
that was Wayne Brothers.
That one, yeah, I used to watch that show too. It was actually
pretty fun. And it's on HBO Max.
Brothers,
so I watched
and we're singing. That's that one, right?
Yeah, and then shout out to rest in peace of John Witherspoon, Pops, who passed away a couple.
He was special, wasn't he?
Yeah, passed away a couple of years ago, whatever. Not whatever, but yeah.
His son is into comedy, right? His son, John Witherspoon's son,
John Witherspoon,
the YouTuber, I think it's
the junior or something like that.
I believe he. I remember because when he passed, I remember him go on Twitter and like talking about it, and he had like some videos that he did. So I think he does like YouTube and some other comedy.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to not be like funny, or like at least go into comedy when like that's your father. You know, like it's hard to.
You know, but look at the expectations that children that are like on top. I'm sorry, their parents are like at the top pinnacle of things. Like, think about Jay-Z's kids. Like, your father is Jay-Z. Like, especially the son. Like, imagine being like the son and be like, "Fuck!" Like, I'm the only son from Jay-Z.
It's like Michael Jordan's son. I mean, like.
Yeah, I mean, he let him down.
Yeah, well, depends on who you ask, but
Kobe was Michael Jordan's son.
Yeah, right. Kobe, I forgot this was Michael a real was movie. Was Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice.
Drinking your juice in the
can't believe they actually made that as a title. That's unbelievable. Drinking your juice in it. Oh, what a title that is. But shout out to you, Keenan really Ivory Wayans. You the man.
Absolutely.
You've done some good stuff. But all right, Terrence, on with the show. Yeah. Before we get the stuff, so I was, of course, you can pull up like how many people listen to the show, like the different demographics. Mm-hmm. So while the vast majority of the people who listen are from the US, there is absolutely somebody who continues to listen to the shows from the UK. Nice. I don't know who they are, but because it's a small percentage, but even we now have new countries that are listening, Terrence, and they are really low percentages. So that person in the UK is not just listening to like one episode; they listen to many.
Oh, nice.
Terrence, guess what? We have 3 new countries added to the list. Do you believe that?
Oh, we international, baby.
Well, yeah, first off, we have someone listening in Canada. So that's awesome. Shout out to Canada. Obviously, our sister to the north, I would say.
Hey, mate. Is it mate?
No, that's the UK. You're stuck on the UK. Canada, they're just like us, except they say like A. I'm sure they'll love that. You might like this one, Terrence. Someone from Jamaica.
Oh,
you got Jamaican listener. Brethren. I don't know what that means, but what he said, hopefully it's not racist. And the last one, the farthest one, Terrence, Germany. We have someone in Germany listening.
Love it. Okay,
amazing,
I love it.
Amazing, Terrence. We're all over. I don't know what I haven't been paying attention. I don't know when those came in, but we're all over the place, Terrence. We're officially in several countries, not just the US, but Canada, or the UK. We got it's amazing. Jamaica.
I love that, Joe. That I did that wrong. That absolutely deserves a round of applause.
Oh. I thought you could say what you said was wrong. I was like, I take it back.
No. That absolutely that announcement, that news deserves a round of applause. And shout out to everyone listening.
We'd love to hear from you guys. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, or hit us on our now Ghost Block Instagram. Instagram is like trying to shut us down.
Yeah, we've had issues on Instagram. I've reached out to people who've used Instagram for like the last decade. They have no idea. One of the first things that happened was it was like, oh, we locked your account. We sometimes time people out. No one had any clue what that meant. They were like, I've never seen that using Instagram.
Look, years. Instagram, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook. Yeah, even you can't stop this. Even you can't stop this. We're gonna figure it out.
They're trying to shut us down.
They're trying to stop us. They can't stop our shine.
But if you can find us on Instagram, it is Need I Say More Pod, POD. Twitter, same thing, at Need I Say More Pod. Mm-hmm. And you can email us, which I would love to hear from some of you people, especially people who are not in this country. That's even more exciting. need I
Joe
say more
loves the
pod
emails.
at gmail.com. We don't get any, so who the hell knows if I like them?
He loves the emails.
Terrence, okay, let's start off with a pet peeve of mine. This will be a quick.
Eventually, we're gonna find some.
It's not going to be a rant. It's just explain. Maybe you can explain to me this, Terrence.
Okay.
Why do people use speakerphone in a situation when you're just talking just by yourself? You know, like if it was me, you, and Corey hanging out, and we need to listen to someone on speaker, I put it on speaker, we can all hear it. That's what speakerphone's for. But if it's just me,
you mean like nobody else is around?
Yeah, like speakerphone is
I
supposed
do
to be
it
so
all the time. I'm
why?
guilty of that.
Can you explain to me your insanity?
I am very much guilty of that. Here's the thing.
What is the benefit? It comes out all distorted and shit. You can't hear anything.
No, if I don't have my headphones, like
you hold it to your ear. That's how phones work, Terrence. You hold it to your ear.
I don't like
back in the day, Terrence.
Anymore.
30 years ago, Terrence. That's how we used to pick up phones off of a receiver.
I
you
know.
held it to your ear.
Here's the thing, right? I don't like holding a phone to my ear anymore. And here's how out of touch I am with it, right? One day I'm walking.
You just bother everyone around you.
No. I'm walking down the street, right? And I had my phone to my ear. I was talking to Corey. I was telling her like I'm on the way home. But as I'm doing this, I'm fixing my AirPods. I'm like about to put them in my ear. So I put one in my left ear. Now I'm holding my phone with my shoulder. You know how you put your head down to, you know?
That's uncomfortable, but yes.
Yeah. So like as I'm doing that, I put my headphone in my left ear, and then I just lower my shoulder, and the fucking phone drops.
So you're so out of touch. You just forgot. That's hilarious.
And then I just literally just started busting out laughing, and I was like, babe, I forgot my phone was like on my face.
That is unbelievable.
That's how
it's like, just you're not practiced, man. It's just been so long. You just lost the touch.
But I like the speaker aspect because it allows me to keep my body free, like my hands free, especially if I don't have my headphones.
Like if your hands free, though, you have to hold your phone. But here's the few problems with it. Number one, use fucking headphones or just put it to your fucking ear. I don't know.
I mean, that's if I don't have my headphones.
But number two, you bother everyone. Everyone in the world hates you. I want you to know when you do that, they all
I do it when I'm by myself. I do not do it around people.
I respect that.
Yeah. I only when I'm by myself.
But in general, I can't do it. I can't. It's such a hard way to like. It's so hard to hear people. It's all distorted and shit because it's not meant to be done that way. So I just don't like it. Like I don't know when people do, especially on like the train or they're walking around. I'm like, that's just the dumbest thing ever. But I don't know. When I see people just like in like their house or they're just like sitting, like just with the headphones, it literally beams the sound into your head. You know, that's what it's designed for.
No, I do it when I'm by myself or like I'm in a quiet setting.
I respect that.
But it doesn't make sense to do that in public actually because you actually pick up more background noise when the phone is on speaker. Not a person.
It's also just that everyone's like listening. Not that is listening to your conversation. Like they don't probably want to hear what's going on. They just want to focus. You know, like especially like as someone who reads on the train a lot. If someone does that, I'm like, well, it's hard to concentrate while your shit's just blasting. You know, like
it's nothing worse than a guy that gets on the train and he doesn't have like headphones and he just has a loud ass speaker.
So weird.
Playing
you can get headphones for like
entire train
$4.99 at this point.
We don't want to hear what you're playing. I'm not even talking about the guys that do Showtime, the kids that do Showtime or whatever. No one's talking about
stupid,
them.
But that's separate,
they do Showtime, whatever. I'm talking about literally that person that gets on the train with a loud ass speaker.
I agree.
And it's so just dumb. You're playing your music and you want to enjoy.
I don't want to hear what I don't care what you listen to.
We don't want to hear that. I love the new feature on the AirPods where you could like do noise cancellation out. Like
oh, dude, Terrence, I don't know when I'm gonna get those headphones because I have the original AirPods and remember I told you I got that free pair. So when those eventually die, I have a brand new pair.
A backup.
So I'm like that. I have at least 5 to 7 years on that.
You should maybe try trading. Honestly, if I didn't get them as a gift, I wouldn't have bought them either.
But that's also the thing. Yeah, aren't they like $250 or something? Like regular?
They're like
I've seen them on sale, but they're still like we'll see.
They're still like $200 on sale.
I mean, yeah, right. These regular AirPods, I've had them now for 2.5 years. I mean, they work well. There's not a lot of issues.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. So maybe one day I'll get them.
Yeah, I mean, they're worth it if you ever.
It's worth the investment, right?
Yeah. They're definitely worth it. I like the features that they have and everything like that. And then again, it cancels out everything else. So when that annoying dude does get on the train,
that sounds really amazing. I got to be honest, man. Does it also have you can like enhance
Yes.
The outside.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Spectrum feature.
Does it work well? Like, is it cool? Like both these things?
Yeah, I honestly like the features that Apple did a really good job with these AirPod Pros, because the features that they have on it, I enjoy this a lot more than original version of the AirPods, mostly because of the fact that I can just do noise cancellation.
I
But
love that
in
stuff,
order
man.
to just make the sound clearer and things like that, you can do the features. You can adjust those features right from your phone.
You
like
know,
that's just
do you know why I would love the noise canceling thing? Because I always, obviously, I live in New York City. I always have my headphones on. But when I walk from here to the train or whatever, I'm listening to a podcast usually. When I get on the train, I start reading. So I turn my music, I can't listen to a podcast and read. I turn them off.
Yeah.
But they're still in my ears. That's why it'd be perfect. Because then if anyone else is talking or playing their doofy ass music, cancel it out.
Yeah. No, it's really good. It's really good.
Terrence, I know you don't like lists generally, but I stumbled upon something that I gotta just. This was like 2 minutes.
You know what? You haven't done a list in a while, so
it's not even a list. This is just, I think, funny. I think you'll enjoy some of these things.
I'll indulge.
So I got a call, like a spam call. So it was from a place called Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, and I was like, "Is that a real place? Like, is that So it's a real city in New Mexico called Truth and Consequences. It's based off of like, I don't even know. But I found this list of like these insanely like named places. So there's a place in the South Atlantic Ocean known as, it's just literally, this is the official name for it, Inaccessible Island. Because it's just insanely hard to get to, which I thought was funny. There's
Inaccessible Island?
That's the actual like official name for it.
In New Mexico?
No, this is in the South Atlantic somewhere, nowhere near anything. Okay. There is a place in Alabama. They've changed the name, but it was called Jugtown.
Gotta live there.
Apparently, a school teacher like 100 years ago was like, "I'm embarrassed about saying I'm from here." It's Quibbletown, New Jersey is not bad.
Quibbletown, New Jersey.
Quibble. Like
Quibble.
Like you argue.
Okay, yeah.
There's a place called Eggs and Bacon Bay. In I don't even know where this is.
Eggs and Bacon Bay?
Yeah, in Tasmania.
Anybody from the 5 boroughs would love a place like that.
Oh man, I would love that. This might be my favorite one. Rough and Rowdy. Or Rough and Ready. That's the name. Rough and Ready, California.
Rough and Ready?
Yeah. And if I went to a bar and I was talking to a girl and I was like, "So where are you from?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx. What about you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm from Rough and Ready." She'd walk away. She would walk away, maybe throw the drink in my face. She would think that's like, "Oh, my middle name is Big Dick." You know, like that's what it sounds like. I'm from Rough and Ready. She wouldn't believe that.
Somebody hates their kids doing that.
Rough and Ready, California. Where are you from? Rough and Ready. Roanoke, Virginia was originally called Big Lick. Come on. Who wants to be from Big Lick? Where are you from? Big Lick.
What is wrong with people?
Don't know, man. Apparently because deer used to lick the salt, but I don't know why that's what you name an entire city. You know, like I don't. And the last one, Terrence, which is the craziest one, is in South Carolina. There's a place called Alcohol and Drug Abuse Lake.
You're lying.
I swear to God, it's a reservoir. That's what I'm saying. These aren't like what colloquial like term. This is the official name for these places. Alcohol and Drug Abuse Lake. There's a bunch of random things that are like.
Oh, it does come up. Huh? It does come up.
It's a real place. It's a real places. There's a couple other ones. There's a place in Austria called Fucking, but as of January of this year, they changed
it. Or F-U?
F-U-C-K-I-N-G. Straight up, just fucking. But they've as of January this year, they changed to Fugging.
Boo.
In Norway and in Michigan, there's a place called Hell. Just welcome to Hell. There's a bunch of goofy stuff like that all over. There's Butts County, Georgia. I mean, that's just good stuff. There's a place in Ontario called Swastika. They were named before the Nazi Party stole. They named it before. The swastika has been a symbol for like hundreds and hundreds of years. The Nazi Party just adopted it. It's not like anyone's fault. They just chose it. I would change the name personally because it's maybe not good anymore. But anyway, that was just a fun little thing I thought.
Yeah.
But all right, Terrence. Okay. Our first topic. We'll talk about expectations. I feel like expectations are the most important thing almost whenever you're thinking about something. Like if your expectation of, remember a few weeks ago we talked about that. There was that like text exchange we saw where this guy like paid for a woman to come and stay at a hotel, pay for a flight, and when she got there, she was like, "Oh, I just want to be friends."
Oh yeah.
See, this is where expectations, how vital that was. Because if his expectation was she's going to come over and we're going to be fucking and hanging out, her expectation is I'm getting a free trip. I'm just going to hang out with this guy, totally platonic. You see what the problem is?
Yeah, but there's in that situation, there's in my opinion, in that situation, she's kind of wrong.
Well, I don't really want to dive back into that, but what I'm saying is, do you see how like, let's say you were let's say you were gonna go. Let's say I was gonna go to like a party, and I knew this girl I was talking to, and we would been texting here and there, and I was like, all right, tonight. And then the expectation, like, man, what if you open, maybe you'll talk to her, maybe, and then you get there and she's with some other guy.
Yeah,
that will ruin your whole fucking night because your expectation was one thing, but that's not actually what happened. I think that can go for anything. If you go to see a movie and you're expecting a comedy and it's like a fucking drama, it might just ruin the movie. I feel like expectations, they can distort everything, man.
Like Fast and Furious 9.
Did you watch it?
Horrible.
You watched it already? It came out 2 days ago.
It came out Friday. I saw it Saturday.
Wow, didn't like it. You. But he's horrible. None of them are horrible. They're all fun. Well, maybe like
okay.
Fast,
all right. Okay. Expectation wise, right?
Oh, there you go. Expectation for Fast and Furious is high, is it not?
My expectations for Fast and the Furious was high. Whether
crazy
it be
action,
storyline,
fun stuff, right?
I was more so looking for, because I'm not expecting everybody to be like Oscar worthy actors, right? No, you don't expect that from Fast and Furious, but you expect a good story and a great action, right? Here's the thing.
Yeah, you expect crazy stunts and action.
Story, super obvious the way it was going to play out within the first like 10 minutes, right? And I guess I'm not a big movie guy. You're the movie guy.
It's kind of a long movie, isn't it? Like 2.5 hours.
It's like 2 hours and change. But it was super obvious how it was going to play out, right? Between John Cena and Vin Diesel, right? That's one.
They should never brought John Cena into this franchise. Like, come on now.
They need to kill Tyrese. Tyrese needs to die in this franchise, okay?
Jeez.
Because y'all keep allowing him to yell and scream and be corny on a fucking screen. It is annoying. I am sick of hearing him get up and scream, the shooting, what are we doing?
See, this
car is crazy.
See, this is the problem.
Space?
This is the problem. Hold on, this is the problem with like the longer a franchise or even a TV show ever goes on, the more caricatures they become because they have to keep doing the thing they're known for.
It's annoying.
It stops being good.
He has to die now. Like, I think let them be sad that the funny guy died because it's no longer funny.
The 10th movie is supposed to be the last one.
Good. Here's another thing. It was, the lines were super corny. The lines were.
You're laughing, so is it corny or is it might be all right?
Joe, the lines are super corny because you know how when you hear something and it's so predictable, you're like, why would you write that into the script, right? I
think Peter Morgan did it, didn't he? Peter Morgan's, I think the same writer has written every single one.
He's running out of material. He's running out.
The guy's a genius, is what he is.
The great. Listen.
No, not Peter
Morgan. The franchise is great.
Of?
Also, how did you bring Hans back? The way that I'm not going to ruin this movie.
No one dies in the Fast and the Furious franchise, Terrence. You know that.
The way that they brought Hans back was just like, it made no sense. Hans. Oh yeah, Han.
Hans is like a big Eastern European guy. Han is a Japanese guy.
The way that they did that was just like
Chris Morgan. That's who it was.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense. The way that you explained this to me,
Terrence. That's the problem.
What?
Chris Morgan, who wrote Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, Fast 5, Furious 6. I'm sorry, Fast and Furious 6, Furious 7, Fate of the Furious, Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw, did not write this film, Terrence.
He didn't do 9.
That's the problem.
And see,
that's what happens, man.
You
can't have the same. You cannot have the same writer. You cannot have the same writer for 6 straight films and then you bail. You can't do that. That's not how it works.
I don't know that as a casual moviegoer. All I know is when I saw this one, I knew my expectations was, to get that same vibe from the other few. It was like, you always watch a Fast and Furious movie and be like, I enjoyed that. I left out of that movie theater and I was like,
Terrence, let's pause for 1 second.
Yeah.
You're kind of breaking up. I don't know what's going on with the connection, but it's been going on for like the last minute, and I was like, let's see if it kind of stopped, but
kind of cuts out.
Well, it's not even cutting out. You doing that that dun, dun, noise that it.
Yeah.
It's been doing that pretty consistently for the last minute. I don't know.
I'm on Ethernet for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It was good before that, and then I was gonna see if it stopped, and it didn't stop. So I don't know.
Okay, let's turn Wi-Fi straight off and just go directly Ethernet. All right, Wi-Fi.
I actually can't believe they didn't have Chris Morgan direct this though. On a real note, that's not good.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell is it. Warner? There's a Sony. I think it's Sony.
Universal.
Universal.
Yeah.
They dropped the ball on this one. It's
Maybe
still gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm curious about how much it's gonna make, man. It made like 70 million opening weekend, which is good. But I feel like if it wasn't for COVID, it would have probably made a little more. But
Yeah. All right, my IP address is the same 192.168.1.5. Oh. Okay. Let's.
Oh God damn it! They're gonna. And for every fucking book trip movie they make, they always have to make the last one 2 movies now. Fucking Harry Potter and fucking Twilight and all these fucking movies. I gotta make the last one 2 movies now.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing that with Fast and Furious.
So
why?
The one that just
they're gonna make a 10th and 11th. Why do they need 2? Why can't they just end it at 10? I can't believe they're gonna make 11.
I don't know. They might have lost me on 9. I'll be honest. Might have lost me. You had Cardi B show up for 2 seconds, and
was she?
She was in there she's like.
You know what the real problem is? They're running out of titles.
Fast. What was it? F9? That's what this one was.
Yeah, the Fast and the Furious was the first one, right? Too Fast, Too Furious, fine, I guess, kind of goofy. The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift was a lame one, but then I love their naming convention. They just dropped the thes, so just Fast and Furious. Then it was Fast 5. Then they went back and now Fast and Furious 6. Then just Furious 7. And then because F and 8 make the word fate, it was the Fate of the Furious. And this one is just simply F9. I mean, what?
Gotta get shorter.
Yeah, it is getting shorter.
Look, all in all, I was let down. My expectations were high, and I was let down. Right now, since we're on the topic of expectations, Joe, I got a story to tell.
All right, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, our story music.
Joe.
Yo.
Let me ask you a question.
Hit me.
When you have the thought of helping somebody, right? Well, you kind of doing that good deed or whatever, right? What are you normally expecting?
I guess
at the bare minimum. Bare minimum.
A thank you, obviously.
There you go.
Like appreciation.
That's it, right? That's it. So here's the thing.
Oh.
When I used to manage the bar over in Barclays, right? My boy, he had a friend come in. It was a female friend, right? He's like, hey, T, I got a friend coming. She's gonna hang out at the bar for a while, whatever, blah, 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 right? So I was like, all right, cool, no problem. We'll comp her a couple of drinks or whatever, have a good time. She's chilling. She's here for the show, whatever, cool, no problem, right? So she sits down at the bar. I meet her, shake hands. Hey, how are you? It's pre-COVID, obviously. That's why you're able to shake hands.
Right.
Shake hands, give me the intro and everything like that. All right, cool, no problem. All right, I go about my shift and doing my thing or whatever. I happen to walk back into the bar and I see some dudes just staring at her, right? So naturally, I look at her like, okay, well, what are they staring at about her, right? Her thong is showing, right?
Little whale tail.
Well, oh, that's that.
It's like, hold
Okay.
on. Yeah. I mean, that was like a cool thing in like the early 2000s, and now
The
it's just
stuff that
all
you
trashy.
like say and kind of like put me onto sometimes, just like
And that's what it's called. No, I didn't make that up. That's just what it's called.
but her thong is showing, right? And it's out there. It's like
Is she
violet
like
pink or something.
Is she like
right?
sitting weird, or it's just
She's sitting on a high like a bar stool.
I mean, she must know, I would assume, but yeah, okay.
She's sitting on a bar stool seat, right?
Okay.
So the thong is out there, right? And now I'm watching guys stare at her. Again, this is a friend of my friend.
So you want to say something, of course.
So right. So naturally, I'm like, hey, I go over. I'm like, hey, just so you know, and I do it very discreetly. Hey, just so you know, your thong is showing. A couple of guys are staring. Just want to let you know, right?
Right.
And then that was it. I walked away. I thought it was.
Did you?
Good.
You didn't wait for like a reaction. You said that and just kind of kept going,
No,
like
not even. Like she just looked back and kind of adjusted herself, and that was it. At that point I wasn't even looking for a thank you or acknowledgement.
You were just trying to help out. Just do something nice.
Yeah, it was more so about like, hey, I'm
okay.
A couple guys being a creep. I'm just letting you know you got a couple creeps looking at you, right?
Okay, yeah.
So after that, I go on Instagram. I'm sorry, no. My boy goes on Instagram and he was like, "Yo, T." He was like, "Well, what did you say to my friend?"
No.
And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "She's on Instagram going crazy right now." So she wrote this long ass essay about how I slut shamed her.
Wow.
By going up to her and more so in a concerned matter, just being like, hey, just like a couple guys staring. So she went on a rampage, Joe.
Did she say your name, or she just
No. She didn't say my name, but it was obvious she was talking about me.
Right.
She went on a rampage about how men just always are trying to control women, and he's scared of my sex appeal, and like it was just crazy. And I was like, what the fuck did I
what
do?
Just happened, right?
Where did this even come from? I was like, so I
can pontificate if you want.
I expected a thank you. Or even like a, hey, thanks for looking out.
Thanks for looking out for me.
Yeah. That's all it was. It was just like, hold on, am I the idiot for expecting something from her, or even?
But the issue isn't that you're expecting something. The issue is that she went off on like Instagram about it, right?
Right.
So here, this is
more so about. I was so confused as to why.
So can I say what I think?
That as the bad guy. No, absolutely, of course. I can't talk about myself on the show.
That's the point of the show. I think I actually said that when you first brought this up just now. I think I said she probably was doing it on purpose. Like that was a look, and sometimes chicks still do that. So maybe she was doing that on purpose, and you come over and like make her feel weird about it. She was like, this is a thing I'm doing. And so now you're the guy who's like, oh, well, you're not supposed to be showing that off. That's how she took it.
Look, I was just trying to do a good deed for a friend.
But I'm saying, but do you think that's like, do you know if that's possible?
I don't know. Maybe you were trying to get attention. Maybe I just.
It's not even attention. It's
and I didn't know.
You see people wear like crazy outfits where like it's not almost see through, where they're just wearing a bra. Like, but, people like to wear crazy. So it's possible like you came off as like, yeah, like I'm not saying you're in the wrong, but that might have been like the look she was going for. Maybe she was trying to get those guys. I don't know, but it could have just been the look. Like it's like, I don't know. It's almost like you came over and were like, oh my God, why are you wearing a low cut shirt? Put a sweater on. You wrapped her up in a sweater. Maybe that's how she took it.
But see, I could understand that if I
don't know why she has to go off on it. She could have. I would have assumed you made a mistake, and
Right, but I can understand that point if I didn't say, hey, there's a couple of guys staring.
So what if she looked at you and she was like, I know, I want my thong to be out like that.
Then that's different. I would have. I apologize. My bad. Sorry. Go ahead. Do you?
I can't believe you said thong and not just like your underwear. I would have almost felt like that's too. I don't know.
All I said, I did. I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't say thong. I said, hey, you got a couple guys staring, at you or whatever. Your thong is showing.
So what if
it's not like I don't know what it is? I know what it is. It's a thong. I'm gonna call it what it is.
Well, I don't know. If you saw a guy's underwear out, would you say something? Maybe
Good
that's
point.
what it is.
And no.
Yeah, and obviously but to be fair, to your defense though, to your defense, guys do it. Virtually all guys below the age of like 50 wear their underwear somewhat out, not like, massively. But for women, it's supposed to be like a faux pas, right? You're not supposed to see their underwear. It's supposed to be like a, like it's not considered good if their underwear is showing, generally speaking, right? Like, so I'm with you on like maybe saying something. I might have too. I don't know why she needed to go off on it, but maybe it was part of the look.
And again, because we're talking about expectation. The expectation just
embarrassed her, maybe she felt embarrassed and she took her anger out on you like that.
But that's why I said because
that is an embarrassing situation. Yeah, but
I did it very discreetly.
At the same time, Terrence, like
no
even
if
someone
could really notice,
even if someone discreetly tells you something, sometimes you just get you're embarrassed and you almost get angry at that, like that whatever the situation is. That ever happened to you? Or like you ever had your fly? This happened to me since I was in high school. You ever have your fly open, and then someone points it out and and you're like, what are you looking down there for? Even though like because you got like caught like embarrassed almost. Does it never happen to you?
Not fly down. I forgot what happened to me
what?
before. I said not fly down, but I'm just trying to think like has something embarrassing happened.
Sometimes like if you get caught when like if someone points something out, it's embarrassing. You almost get like angry, just like as like a defense mechanism. So it could have been that.
Yeah.
She got angry that you were like pointing out that she, for some reason, didn't know. I don't know. These are just
it's kind of crazy.
She shouldn't have freaked out, regardless. She could have just been like
I'm not the bad guy here. And then again, the last thing I want to do is slut shame. I love sluts. As far as like
I love sluts.
Yeah, like
to be fair, listen, there's nothing wrong with being a slut. Just you sleep around, it's not a bad thing. I mean, if you're religious,
and I'm not saying I love sluts as far as like I want sluts, whatever, but like I love the freedom that they have, the mindset of like, hey, like, yeah, I'm gonna own up to it. I'm gonna acknowledge it. If you call it this is what it is. Look, we had a whole sex worker on here and everything. I said a whole sex worker.
This is why. This is the thing. In your head, you probably said really discreetly, just want to let you know your thong is showing some guy. But really, you probably were like, listen, girl, your underwear is fucking showing. You look like a big old hoe, and some guy is checking you out.
Not true.
No.
Not true. I'm more so. I'm very.
You're good like that. You're good like that.
Yeah. I safety of women. Like if women are around me, like I don't have to have any like attraction to you or any relation to you or anything like that. But if I know you're like with me, I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be safe. The moment I see creeps, like that's creepy to me.
Terrence, see
that's creepy.
This is a little preview for a future episode. She doesn't need you to save her, dog. She's a grown ass woman. Think about that.
She don't want to be saved. Don't save her.
I've heard I heard something about that. That will be a topic when we get a lovely young woman on this podcast about the saving thing. But listen, what I'll say is I don't think you were necessarily wrong in the situation. I think I might probably done the same thing if I like knew this person in some capacity. But I think, and maybe you shouldn't have, maybe just mind your own business, but I think she should have recognized you were trying to do something nice, and she shouldn't flip out like that. I think that's unwarranted. Let's you know what we'll do? We won't slut slam her, but we're gonna shame her anyway. Terrence, what's your name? Let everyone reach out.
No, I'm kidding. I wish I could find her. But you're friends with females, right? With attractive women, where people find them attractive, whatever, right? Of
course.
If you're walking outside with her, and you don't know that this is maybe the look she's going for or whatever, what happens if she just come outside with like a tank top and a bra? And now, like, she got a lot of side boob showing.
Yeah, what about that?
Do you say like, hey, like, because this is your homie, right?
No, not at all. I would never do that because, listen, she obviously looked in the mirror. She knows. Listen, women are not dumb.
No, what if it slipped out? That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's not on, you don't know that it's on purpose.
This is what I'll say.
You don't know that, Joe. You didn't get dressed with her.
But listen, this is what I'll say. Women, generally speaking, I don't want to generalize people, but generally speaking, women are very keenly aware of their outfit and their body. They know if they're showing cleavage or side boob, or if they're showing
I agree with that, but their wardrobe
if I see it But if I see a nip slip, that's one thing. But the side boob, I guarantee they know they have side boob.
I'm okay, but I'm not talking about regular side boob. I'm talking about like damn near areola.
I think if unless I see a nip, I think they know it's like that. Like they
You're
would
gonna
put
let
this outfit
areola
on.
show out when you're homegirl.
No, I said unless nipple or areola, same. I mean, not the same thing, I know, but technically we refer to them as the same. If that starts happening, I would be like, by the way, this is happening. By the way,
right.
But
right.
But other than that, if it's just a lot, like if you see a ton of cleavage, I'd be like, I think they know that it's happening. Like they've worn this outfit, they've tested it. Like women they're keenly aware that people are going to see this stuff. So I think
absolutely, I'm referring
side boob. They're like,
yeah,
I like the side boob. I have great tits.
As a male friend of female, right? Now, if she has like some slight areola coming out, right, and you mention something, and then she's
I would
like,
definitely. I don't think they're that's a bit of a stretch unless you're in a specific situation. I don't think they're trying to show their nips necessarily or areola, whatever you want to say.
That's what I'm saying. It's you don't know that it's possible for it to be on purpose,
but
you don't know that.
The nip thing only if I know this person well. Like Jerry is a close friend of mine, Mel, they're close friends of mine. If I was with them and I saw that, I would definitely, and I know them well enough. But I would definitely say something. But if it was like something like if me and you and Corey were out and Corey had a friend, there's a bunch of us, and I saw one of her, I would probably be like, Corey, can you tell the girl that her nips? I don't know if I'm confident. Even if we're together, I don't know if I know them like that.
An agreement. But again, if you don't know the person like that, you don't feel like you'd have a natural concern. Like,
so what if you were on a first date? What if you were on a first date and you saw a little like side boob, but then you started to see the nip? Do you say your date a BT dub?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What if she's like, I know, I'm doing it for you? Then you're like, well, now it's awkward.
Then you turn it into something. No, you turn it into something. You be like, you know what? I like what I see. Hopefully, I can see the rest.
There's Terrence's
right
lines.
Now we outside, so I ain't really trying to let everybody else see what I'm trying to see.
Oh, so you would tell her to cover?
Maybe, yeah. No, actually, no. I'd probably tell her to cover. I would not do that.
I would not.
I'd tell her to cover.
I could never tell a woman what to do with her body like that. Even if we're married, unless we're like, let's say it's me and a girlfriend or whatever. If we're like at a park and there are children, I might be like, well, not here. But if we're, I don't know. I don't know if I really necessarily want that. But if it's her decision, man. It's her body.
You think that's controlling?
Yeah, it's definitely control. It's her body. Let her do what she wants with it, dude. It's up to you. It's her body. How often does your girl tell you can't wear certain things? Like maybe not for looks, but she's not saying, oh, when was the last time your girl said what you're wearing is too revealing or too tight or your dick print showing?
She's probably like last month.
I doubt that.
No, I'm serious. Like I have sweatpants that I wear that she's just like, sometimes she's like, I don't really want you wearing that.
Well, but again,
like, you got too much of your print showing. Like she's like,
to be fair, you and Corey have a different relationship.
Absolutely. What works for us may not work for everybody. Absolutely.
Personally, I would never want to control any woman, or not even just if I was with a chick, like, I don't know, just some friend of mine and she was wearing something that was like a see-through shirt and she knew, what am I going to, don't wear that? That's her decision. It's her life. I can understand maybe not wanting to be with that kind of woman.
You said like if you're on a date and
so if I'm with like my girlfriend out, would I? And
if you're on a date, you're on a first date, and like you said,
she's wearing a see-through shirt with no bra.
No, that wasn't the scenario. That wasn't the scenario.
What scenario?
The scenario you just brought up was that you're on a first date and you got some side boob and then nips are showing. Yeah, but you're gonna say something, and then if she said that she's trying to do it for you,
no, but hold on.
I would,
in that scenario, I would point it out. Yes, but if she said no, like, it's fine, I don't really care, I'd be like, okay, well, that's her decision. It's her tits, not mine.
If you don't care, I don't care.
Well, that's not what you said, though. You said you would tell her to cover up.
Yeah, okay. No. I'm saying again, first date. If me and Corey went on our first date, right, and then she has some nip come out and everything like that, and
sure, she's gonna love that we're talking about this. Maybe.
And she's like, yeah, I'm okay with it. Like I did it for you or whatever. I would still be like, I love that. I appreciate that. That shit is sexy. But how about we save that?
See,
I'm not gonna abuse it. I'm just gonna be like, all right, yeah, I love it.
Listen,
I like what you're doing.
No, see, I wouldn't. If I got into a relationship with a woman, okay, and she wanted to do that, I would be comfortable maybe saying like, I don't know if I want you to do that, just because I don't, maybe I don't think it's appropriate. But I would never like. It would be a suggestion. If I was really uncomfortable, that's my problem. But I wouldn't. like say, no, you really got to cover up. I'd be like, no, I'd like, I would, if I really felt uncomfortable, I'd be like, I don't know if I want you walking around with your tits out.
I think it's the way it's said. That's just me. I think it's the way it's said.
I don't know.
I think the way you approach it and say it can have a different effect.
Everyone wants to control women's bodies. I don't want to be.
I don't want to control women's bodies at all.
You do. You don't want to show parts of it. That's controlling it.
First of all, I'm about to get. I'm be a one woman forever for the rest of my life now. And even that, I'm not trying to control her body and how she.
But if she wore something that you thought was too revealing, if you thought she was wearing something too revealing, you would say something. But that is a level of it's a level of control. Even if you're not like demanding it, if you're saying it, there's a level of like, what's my body? Why can't I wear what I want to wear?
How about this? If she wears something that I feel is too revealing, right? And I say, hey, babe, I think that I'm not comfortable with you wearing that. It at some point that turns into a level of respect, doesn't it?
Well, see, but that's a bit of a give and take, right? Like if you're saying that sometimes she says, oh, your sweats because it's too revealing, or your prints out or whatever, and you can say the same thing about her. It's a give and take, and that's what generally relationships are, right?
Again, it's a level of respect, right?
But if
compromise, respect.
But if you were saying like your girlfriend's wearing her shorts, you think they're just too short.
Yeah, but you got your cheeks showing now.
But she doesn't. But she doesn't.
You got a boyfriend, and you wearing shorts with your cheeks out.
But if she really, I don't know what the boyfriend thing matters. But if she really doesn't believe that, and she's like, I like wearing it like this. Then if she really doesn't want to change, it's not about respect. Like if she doesn't want that, she doesn't want that. It's not on you to really decide that. Now, if you have a problem with that, maybe the relationship's not right, or maybe it's something you have to figure out. But like, it's not on you to make those demands. It's hard, man. I don't know. I understand. Like if you're really committed, if you're about to be married,
we have to get away from the control and demand word.
But that's how it is.
I'm not looking at it. I'm not. But okay, maybe I don't see it that way because I'm not trying to control you. I'm more so.
You just want her to do what you want.
No.
You want her to not wear something.
I want her to be aware of things, right? Because we also have to realize this.
But you're saying you don't want her to wear something that's too revealing.
Hold on. There are still assholes and creeps out here as well, right? And I'm somebody that is very I'm protective. I want my girl to be safe. I want my girl to be safe, even when she's not with me, because she's not with me at all times, right?
Before you go on, how many times has your girl told you some fucking story and it just makes you furious because she's talking about some guy?
It's happened. It has happened.
Any girlfriend I've ever been with, I think they don't say so many of these stories because they know how pissed off it makes me. Because like, oh yeah, I was walking by and some guy, honked and said, and you're like, I just want to go and knock someone out for being a fucking creep.
She was on the phone with me with somebody fucking was following her or whatever, and it's I'm miles away.
That's what I'm saying. I'm with you.
It's like I wish I was Superman at that point in time to fly over there, but I can't.
No, I'm 100% with you.
I don't have the ability to do that. So to me, sometimes I get to a level of concern where I'm not even thinking about, like like I said, showing your femininity and in your sex appeal and everything like that. I want you to be sexy at all times, but I do know that there are creeps out here. So the first thing that comes to my mind is she's going to wear that, and there's going to be this one fucking asshole that wants to fucking jerk off on the train in front of her, because that shit like that happens. Shit like that happens.
Yeah, but
and it's like that. It's not fair to her because she should be able to wear whatever she wants to wear.
But listen. But that aspect, right? Like she should be able to wear what she wants to wear, but she has to deal with creeps and weirdos who make her not want to do that. Now she has to deal with maybe her boyfriend. I'm not talking about Cora. I'm talking about just a fictional woman.
Right, in general. Yeah.
Then now she has her boyfriend also saying, oh, I don't want you wearing that. I understand you thinking about it from like a safety and point of view, but it is still like a lot of people will take that as like you're trying to, and I know you're not trying to control, but you are saying, I don't want you to wear or do something. And that there's a level of not control, but of whatever you want to call it, that's what it is. It comes off as control. And so I understand where you're coming from, but it's hard for me to really say to like any woman I'm with or not with, you shouldn't wear this, you shouldn't do that. Like it's they know what's going to happen. And it's unfortunate that we all know the shitty world we live in where women are just constantly harassed, and it's terrible, but they know what they're getting into. If they know that's unfortunately going to happen, and they should be allowed to wear what they want to wear without us saying not to. And you're
Absolutely.
and as a boyfriend, you're allowed to obviously make those opinions, and you're like say, hey, this kind of. And again, it's a give and take. I'm assuming if you say something like that, Corey, next time will also, you guys go back. It's a compromise. You want to wear those pants, but she
has a pair. She has a pair of tights that I love. Like I bought specifically for her. But honestly, I brought those for her to wear in the house.
Yep.
If she wears them outside, I might get upset because I know how it makes her ass look. Right. I don't want her to wear those out anywhere else. But I still want her to be sexy and feel sexy and things like that. So of course, like, I want to help her in that as well. Sometimes women need us to help them feel sexy. Like as
your
their
job
partner.
as a boyfriend, is to. I mean, it goes both ways. Though. She should make you
whatever
feel
partner. You need, it's your job, right? It's your job to help your partner feel sexy sometimes. So, right. Just because she can't, I shouldn't say can't, but just because I might not, be in agreement with her wearing them outside doesn't mean that she shouldn't have like these things like this. Or I shouldn't be like, oh, you know what? I saw something really, really sexy. There's a nice top, like it's super sexy or whatever. I think it'll look really, really nice on you. I do shit like that all the time. I send her.
But you definitely don't do that. You definitely don't do something like that to coworkers, right? As we were talking about before the show started.
No.
You cannot, in any capacity, talk about anyone at work. Can't compliment.
Did we talk about the sexual harassment? Was that on there?
That was off air. I think I might see if I can maybe throw that in the beginning of the show.
Sexual harassment videos.
Yeah, I think you got to be careful. Not you, I guess, just people out there, men. Yeah, be careful because some of these things can come off as controlling, and even if you don't mean it that way, other people can interpret it that way. So you have to either explain yourself or also allow. If you're with someone and you do not like how revealing they dress is, maybe they're not the right person for you. Like for anyone who's listening, think about that. Like maybe it's just not right for you. If you can't deal with that and they don't want to change, neither one of you is right or wrong. But maybe you're not right for each other. That's how it works.
Yeah. Look, I used to date someone that was super revealing. She loved the attention. She craved it almost. Like she would wear.
You ever think we don't know what that's like?
It's.
You ever think about that?
No, we don't.
Like everything, like you don't know what it's like to walk into a bar and just have like there's a bunch of people who are looking at you like I want to fuck this shit. Well, obviously they wouldn't say that about you. No, but they don't look at you and go, I want to sleep with that.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's what I'm saying. But
we don't know what that feels like.
Even unless you're a celebrity, do you think how many guys out there, even like the really good looking guys, are they walking to bars and a lot of women are like, I really want to go over to that guy? Or are they just like, whatever? Yeah. You think non-celebrities get that? Like guys?
Yeah. I would imagine there's some dudes that, are attractive. And
but it's interesting. We don't
kind of like fall.
We'll never really know what it's like to just be an average woman and walk into a bar. And an average woman can walk into a bar and like 50 guys are going to be like, damn, I want to sleep with her tonight.
If you're a woman and as long as you're still alive, you're still in the game. You're still breathing.
Unless you're hideous, unless you were like genuinely like one of the ugliest people ever.
No,
as long as
I wouldn't even say that.
I would. There are hideous people out there, Terrence. Don't lie. Come on now. I'm not talking like on a child. I mean, like I'm talking like
I
Jesus.
Know there
you look
are.
at them and you're like, ooh.
I know there are, but
not getting hit
as
on,
long
Terrence.
as they're still breathing, I think they're still in the game.
No, yeah, I don't know what's the game though. Just I don't know. I've met some women. I'm like, I don't know if anyone ever is gonna go near you.
I think they got a chance. Because you've always said that there's that one. Well, we all know as men, there's that one guy that on a drunken night, he's just like, fuck it.
She's alive, isn't she? Whatever.
She's
as
breathing.
Long as she's willing. As long as she's willing.
She's breathing. She's breathing. There's consent. Hey, fuck it.
That's sad, man, but probably true. Terrence, okay. Imagine a dog. Okay. You with me so far?
Mm-hmm. I can imagine a dog.
Okay, just making sure you didn't say anything. If a dog was wearing pants, Terrence, would the pants be on all four legs and come up to like his stomach, like pants, or would they be only on the bottom two legs and his tail? Where would his pants be?
Well, pants essentially covers legs, correct?
Right, but does he have four legs?
The animal has four legs, so essentially they would need 4-leg pants.
So you think he'd wear like pants that have 4 legs and it goes up to like his stomach, basically?
Yeah, I mean, but that's not how they're made. They're just made.
Well, no, but I'm saying like if that was a real official thing, like dogs wear pants like human beings.
Oh yeah, then 4 legs. You gotta have 4 leg pants.
You think 4 legs? I don't actually think. I think it'd be the other way. I think it'd be the other way because pants cover the lower half of your body. That's the lower half of its body.
That's the lower half of the body has 4 legs.
But I'm talking like it covers like your ass and your genitals. That's what it covers. It doesn't cover all 4 of your, like we have 2 arms and 2 legs.
Okay, but what about the female dogs that have like nipples and shit?
Well, that's what a shirt is for. I'm not talking about shirts there. I'm talking about pants.
Valid point.
But it's just, I don't know. It was an interesting question. I like to ask people that question. I has a picture of it I used to just use, but Terrence,
your high question of the week.
That was our hypothetical, yeah. But Terrence, that brings
high question of the week.
My hypothetical question of the week. Hypothetical. But Terrence, that brings us to the end of another show. Thank you everyone for joining us. Today. Yeah. It was a good episode. It's pretty crazy. See, we haven't talked about this, but in our regular lives, me and you are quite busy with everything. So this show is a little, I think it was a great show, but I think this is what happens. Even when we're off, Terrence, we got to be on, you know what I'm saying? Like, like Kevin Durant can't have an off night. He's got to be always ready. You know, he can't just go, I'm not going to play tonight. Nah, that's not how it works.
Stay ready crew.
Stay ready crew. We are the Stay Ready crew of our own show. Remember to follow us on Twitter. Need I Say More Pod at Need I Say More Pod. The Twitter account at Need I Say More Pod. Instagram, same thing at Need I Say More Pod. You can email us. Please email us, especially if you're from Germany, Canada, Jamaica, or the UK.
Yes.
Or any other countries for that matter. At Need I Say More Pod at Gmail. But that's it for me, Terrence. You got anything?
No. Shout out to everybody listening, and we international, baby. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we love you. Need I say more?
I don't know what's 10 gonna be.
10.
FF XX.
No, just 10.
I think
FX would be good. FFX.
You got to use an X. It's got FFX. It's probably something like that.
FFX would be good.
You got to do an X for 10. That's like what everyone does.
I kind of like that, Joe. You might have just gave him something.
But what would 11 be? XI wouldn't work as well. Or if they do Fast and Furious X, something like that, the last one will just be like the final Furious, like the final Fast or something like that. The Fast and Furious finale, something goofy like that.